Hello everyone, sorry for the delay. We are in round 3 of the Seattle System Open. We have Damon versus Andrew Clark. We are having, we're trying to figure out a couple of things. But we have our list up here. We're missing one card on Lorik. I need to go step in and figure it out. But I am here. We will have commentary here in a moment. Again, we're round 3 of the Seattle System Open. Let's try here tomorrow. I'm going to check it right now. Give me 1 second. Just getting this right for the recording. All right, guys, just real quick, just want to let you know we're testing a wired internet connection. We might have the stream cut off here. I will bring it back up if there are any issues. So we'll be back in a minute. Everything is recording. We'll be back. All right, everybody, we should be back up and running with our wired internet connection now. All right, hit crit on our first shot there. Oh. 3 dice. Sorry, hit crit crit. Spends a focus. Plus Lorik. It's going to take a shield there on Ray. All right, here's Ray's return shot. Expertise for 3. This will be on Poe, most likely. Plenty of dice. Auto thrusters for just a little extra there. And we're back to dials. So Poe is holding on to that. Maybe for anybody who doesn't know, is going to keep that focus token on there in order to, because of advanced optics. All right, so let's go ahead and, I know that we just engaged here. Let's go ahead and do our Twitch poll. I know it's a little late, but we're gonna go ahead and do it. They are in planning. We haven't quite seen what's gonna happen here, but there it is. There's our Twitch poll. Who do you think has the advantage in this matchup? You can see initial positioning. How do you think this is going to go down? So this list here that Andrew's running, this Poe, Wedge, and Fenn, we actually saw somebody on stream last week at the Columbus System Open playing it. It was quite good. He got all the way to stage 2. He got eliminated in that last round. Played very well. And Wedge in this list does some good work. Taking away that extra agility die really can make a difference. Now, Damon's Lorik is in position to let that Tactician do work. And Tactician is range 1 to 2. Looks like we have reinforced the front there. Ray coming in, trying to make that arc relevant. One thing to note, that Wave 14 is not legal for this tournament, even though it was released last Thursday. There is a 2-week waiting list for premier events before you can use them in lists. But we'll see Wave 14 in play at Gen Con. That's going to be the next big premier event. That's happening for X-Wing here in, what is that going to be, about a month and a half. Gold Squadron Podcast will, of course, be bringing you a live stream from there. That's what we do. And we'll see Wave 14 on display on the very last premier event for first edition. So you do see Andrew sporting that Saws Renegade X-Wing. It's super awesome. One bank here from Fenn. Now in this matchup, Fenn doesn't really do anything with his ability. Just prevents target lock rerolls. But Raid's ability still active. So Poe's gonna be Poe's gonna be sitting at range 1. It looks like he's gonna be an arc. It's very, very close. That's going to matter. That might be judge call close. We'll find out. All right, here's first attack. This is Andrew's Poe, range 1 into Ray. Use that Pocus, use the target lock, 4 hits. Ray has 1. Plus Lorik. I'm guessing that's out of range then. So it's going to take 2 there. Down to 2 shields. Wedge will fire. 3 hits, no modifiers. And Ray just takes 3 because no dice there. Ray is burning bright in this matchup. Here's Fenn. Nothing there. You don't really expect Fenn to do damage. Now Damon has to do some work here. He does have a regen Poe to deal with. That's the most dangerous thing in this list for Damon. So here's Ray on Poe. Expertise is going to make that 3 hits and a crit. Okay, auto thrusters because he's out of arc. He's going to take a shield. And let's see if you remember. This is Lorik on Poe. He does remember Tactician. Expertise for 2 hits and a crit. Ooh, that's going to hit both of them. Hit, hit, crit. We're going to get a crit in there. And the crit is major explosion. And that doesn't trigger there. So Poe, shields down, damage card there. Most likely we're going to get that sloop here from Ray. Let's see. Sloop from Ray. Does some type of turn fit for Lorik? So you want Lorik to get that reinforced to protect Ray. Yeah, Damon is wearing a like Millennium Falcon hockey jersey. It's pretty awesome. Now, he did not pop R2-D2. Just took the crit. I mean, it's major explosion, so, and it didn't roll into anything, so he was safe there. He also doesn't have integrated astromech. He has auto thrusters, so no droid action on that one. So looking at positioning here, you know, Damon wants to make Ray's arc relevant because that makes her punch way harder. But Wedge, man, Wedge is going to be in a spot where he can... could do the work if he can stay out of that arc. So too hard. That 3 sloop should fit as well. So we have Lorik supporting Ray. We'll see what the Falcon does. That looks like the international hand sign for 3 sloop. There it is. See some curled Paw Creatives templates being used there by Damon, our sponsor for this weekend. Thank you to Curl Paul. Lots of cool templates being made. People are painting them up. You see them all over Reddit. And the tokens, he actually been posting some pictures, and they are looking awesome. All right, so Poe disengaging. Trying to get a little bit of space, let those auto thrusters do the work. Looks like he's outside of the arc. Wedge coming in. At that angle, he probably has an arc on Ray, so no flight assist astromech. That'll be worth a check, though. I think angles work out. Yep, dropping the focus. No doubt on their side that he's an arc. And Fenn most likely going over a rock or two turning, maybe just avoiding it. He's two turning to the right. I mean, right now he's just using Fenn to get in the way. Against this list, Fenn does almost nothing. Ray's rerolls abilities are passive. Expertise is passive. The only thing that it would matter for is an actual target lock, which Ray might take, but she almost never does. So right now, Fenn is a distraction. It's like, hey, shoot me. It's fine. You know, I'm, what, 26 points of nothing, essentially. So Damon not taking the bait. Getting that fin dice ready. So here comes Wedge. Spend the focus for 3, staying aggressive. Adds the fin die into a blank. He has Lorik available to do the reinforce. And takes the 3. Doesn't use Lorik there. Down the 4 hole. Here comes Fenn at range 1. Hit crit. Add the dice. Reroll. Looking for some pain on that one. There you go. 2 evades. So Ray is able to avoid that damage. Poe is up 1 shield. Did a green earlier. And Lorik will have what looks to be a range 2 shot onto Wedge. And Lorik did a focus this turn. Oh, this is Ray's shot. Used Fenn ability. I don't know why. So it takes a shield. And a couple damage cards. 1. Chewbacca. Oh, okay. So yeah, I mean, Damon there. I don't agree with shooting Fenn there. I don't think that was the right choice. Fenn doesn't do anything in this list except get in the way, which I mean, I guess he doesn't want to get in the way. So Fenn stays with the shield, takes a card, and Chewbacca's gone. Here's Lorik. Expertise. 2 evades. Thrown from that X-Wing. Shields down. So we're getting into planning here. Ray does move first. I know the temptation for Damon is going to be to do that 3 sloop to the right, but at the same time, you probably take, I mean, you have a turret, but you might bump Wedge. Right now, he just kind of has damage spread all over the place. I'd like to see Damon focus fire something down here. Like if he had shot both Ray and Lorik at Wedge, you know, Wedge might have only one hole left. And it looks like well, that was range 1, so no tactician trigger there. Poe regen that turn. Okay, everything's in the right spot. So Ray, yeah, I'm curious to see where she goes here. I mean, there is an element of just trying to guess how people think in this game all the time. Do you do the obvious sloop? But that, see, the sloop there just gives you Fen. I don't know what, if Damon is still, you know, stuck on trying to kill Fen, you'll see him do the sloop. If he wants the X-Wings, he might one bank to the right and try to block Fen, get Lorik out of the way, because they're both PS8. Oh, wait, no, they're not. Lorik's PS5. Well, Lorik can get out of the way first. It looks like Andrew, I would guess, is probably just going to do that too hard here from Poe. Too hard and boost to try to get a shot. And that is the stress that got put there was the tactician stress from earlier. All right, so Damon looks set to go. Let's see what Lorik's going to do. I'm guessing a hard turn of some kind. You don't with the, there's a 2-turn. I mean, it was there already. It's convenient. So Lorik's arc will be relevant starting next turn. And Ray choosing to go the 1 forward route. I mean, she doesn't really need modifiers. You want the focus for defense when you can get it. But he's just trying to keep Wedge in arc, especially with that stress out there. Most likely you see just the 1 bank. You try to just punch Wedge in the face. Okay, interesting. I'm surprised to see the 1 bank out of Andrew. I know that he wants to regen with Poe, but he kind of loses an opportunity there to get a shot on Ray. Because the boost will not get him a shot. It's going to boost forward. Okay, 2 forward, loses the stress, and flight assist astromech will get Wedge out of that arc if he remembers to trigger that. Flight assist barrel roll into a shot, it looks like is the attempt. Oh, there you go. Magnets. Does it fit? It does not. And we're boosting away. Focus for defense. And Fenn doesn't move. So this turn, Andrew has... Oh, look at that. 2 bank. It might get over. Depends where that top right corner is. Looks like they're determining that it doesn't move. Andrew getting no shots except a rear shot into Lorik from Fenn, but unmodified. I would have liked to see Andrew get a little more aggressive with Poe. We'll see if that comes back here. Oh, Fenn natties at Lorik. And reinforce. Oh, C-3PO. And he'll take a shield. Forgot about that robot. So Rey should be going at wedge, range 2 most likely. 3 dice, no rerolls. Oh, don't shooting at Poe is not the right choice here, especially as auto thrusters. All right, here's Rey into wedge. Expertise is live. 3 hits. Okay, takes 2 there. So 1 more good shot kills wedge, even with that integrated astromech, if he could sneak 2 in. 2 or more. And we're back to dials here. So, see now, with Andrew's positioning, and kind of understanding what he's chosen to do, his focus on regen. I wouldn't expect him to turn in this turn. I wouldn't expect him to do the Talon roll to chase Rey. I would take my Rey and just maybe get a little aggressive, try to use that engine upgrade. The 4K from wedge seems a little, is that too obvious? Hard to flight assist is probably where he's going, to the right. So here comes Lorik, turning around the corner to meet Poe. We're getting the hard one from Rey. That's going to keep the arc relevant on the 4K for defense. Or just give her a shot if he chose to go to the right with Rey. So we're getting that target lock on the wedge, forcing Fenn to use his ability. I would have liked to see the focus on defense. I don't know if Damon remembered Fenn's ability. It hasn't been active yet. Oh, sorry. It was active earlier, but it didn't matter. $4K. There it is. That'll be. Oh, how did he get a focus? Oh, coordinate. He coordinated it from Fen. Got it. All right. Poe boosting. Again, no shot on Ray, except for wedge. If Fen uses his ability here, Lorik will have an opportunity to double stress Fen. That's range 1 from Fen Rao. 2 damage into Ray. My PS killer here. Range 3, so she's going to get a die. Essentially have her normal. Ooh, hit, crit. That crit's going to go through. Fen dice. And Ray is off the table. Lorik and a dream against Andrews, Poe, Wedge, and Fen. All right, spends it for hit crit. Not spend, that's Poe's ability. C3PO 0 reinforce guarantees him to be fine. So if I'm looking at win conditions here, you know, Damon is definitely has an uphill battle here. He's got to try to kill 3 ships with, there's Tactician. Oh, rolled a green die in there. That'll be 3 hits into Fen. Blank, blank. It's going to be at 1 hull after that. So with dials down here, Poe's at full. I mean, if we just look at the points game, we got 43 points on Poe Dameron, 37 on Lorik. Lorik most likely cannot, you know, get Poe without some really, really lucky variants going his way. But where this could matter, and I know this seems unlikely, is, you know, in the system open fashion, when it comes to straight to the stages, MOV doesn't necessarily matter. But MOV does matter in the event that multiple players make a cut and we get to, you know, not a clean top 8. If there's like, if there's like 10 players or 11 players, all of a sudden we have to do a couple of playoff games to see who is going to be in the. And he couldn't have coordinated to him anyway because he's stressed right now. Wait, why did? Yeah. All right, so we got the 2 straight from Wedge. Target locking. Anyway, what I was saying is in the event that we have not a clean cut, those standings going into the cut determine who has to play a playoff game. So this is Wedge spinning that target lock. He's got hit crit already. Wild dice. We'll find out what that is here in a moment. There it is. So just hit crit. Gets an evade, reinforce, no damage. And reinforce C-3PO is really good. So don't count Lorik out yet. He might be able to honestly kill both Fenn and Wedge. And then we're in a Wedge versus Lorik off at the end, most likely. Two hits going into Fenn. And that's going to be a dead Fenn. Fenn's off the board. All right, so we have Lorik going too hard here to the left. Lorik reinforcing the front. Range 1. So this is that situation I was talking about where, you know, Lorik with that range 1 shot, he still has 2 shields up. $4K from Poe, staying aggressive. He has his Pocus. He reinforced still active there. Lorik has a chance to kill Wedge, and then you get in a Lorik versus Wedge off. So both players are in the front. We'll see who shoots first. Here's 4 dice. This is going to hurt not having a dice for C-3PO from Wedge. Hit, crit. Reinforced sticks, so just 2 shields. Yep. I'll put that back. There you go. All right, range 2 here from Poe. No reroll, just 2 hits. C-3PO 0 would be no damage. There you go. range one. He needs to take out Wedge here to have a chance in this game. If Wedge survives, I would say that that would be the nail in the coffin. All right, expertise. He's got to get 2 of these through because integrated. No focus there. That's going to be the end of Wedge. And now we got Poe Dameron versus Lorik. So now Poe is in a position here to give some pursuit to Lorik. Lorik is basically stuck on turns now. And Poe, really what Poe's looking to do is just not get shot until he has an opportunity to turn and try to catch him. Now, Lorik, if he can, I don't want to say this, like, Damon's win condition right now is essentially outthinking Andrew. He has to try to put Lorik in a position that Andrew doesn't expect, find a route to get a couple of shots on Poe where Poe doesn't have shots on Lorik. Now, I know it seems unlikely, especially with the limited maneuverability on the Azatuk dial, but one thing that, you know, as viewers, that you have to remember is that these gentlemen are still both human. Mistakes happen. Miscalculations are absolutely a thing. One bank from Poe. So we're probably just going to get another 2-turn out of Lorik here. And a 2-turn boost out of Andrew will start getting him ahead of Lorik. As they continue the dance. And strategically, you know, at these premier level events, it is to Andrew's best entrance to just simply not get shot. Like, that's the right move. So 3 hard here out of Lorik. Whoa, no, that's the wrong position. Oh no, sorry. It was magnetized. I was like, whoa, Talon roll from the Azatuk. And is this the Talon roll? There's the Talon. Nope, that's a 3-turn. So it looks like Damon's strategy here is creating a little bit of space from Poe in order to make sure that the 2-turn next turn gets him in arc. So there's a 2-turn from Lorik. We'll most likely have Poe in arc unless Andrew decided to go forward. And here we go. So Damon manages to get arc. Andrew likely just target locks here. Or try, I mean, boosting into range 1 is not a bad idea, especially when you have regen. He has all 3 of his shields on Poe. Like, he would be okay. There's the target lock. Target locking for 2 hits and a crit. Using those Season 1 target locks over there, Andrew. All right, that's probably C-3PO 0. Reinforce takes 2, but takes a crit. And this one does go through. It is, oh, he put it in the perfect spot where the glare is. Blinded pilot, so no shot back. That is one that hurts. So no stress from Tactician. That is huge. You know, Damon worked a couple turns to try to get into a spot where he can shoot, and that's a really unfortunate crit. Yeah, I would say that you know, not having a shot there and not getting an opportunity to get ahead in the damage race is really gonna hurt. I know that it's only 1 crit, but you needed to start keeping pressure on Poe. So 2 bank. Poe's in arc there. He's on a disengage vector. He's still going to be at range 2. Two hits. Takes a shield there and a stress. Andrew's been really conservative with his R2-D2 play. He's been making sure to always regen back up to 3 shields. So I would expect a green next turn.
Netrunner players, you have 15 minutes left in this round, 15 minutes left in round 2.
So with that stress, we can't get any turnaround maneuvers from Poe. Probably going to see something like a 3 forward boost. Or kind of thinking about Andrew's play so far, maybe just a 2 bank. Nope, there's a 3 forward. Okay. 3 forward, gets rid of the stress, gives him the shield back.
15 minutes left in the round. 15 minutes.
And there's the boost. So Andrew can re-engage next turn. Now this is super random, but I'm going to be putting out a call in about a week or so for programmers. There's a couple of things I would like to get done for the stream and the X-Wing community, and I'm gonna need some people who actually know how to do computer stuff here to get it done. So be on the lookout for that. Any of you computer savvy people. I don't know how to code, so I need people who do. And Poe boosting for obstruction. That's going to be range 3 obstructed. Instead of focusing, I think the focus is always better than a die. 2 hits. Plenty. Lorik should probably do something like a 1 bank next turn. Maybe even a 2 bank to the left. Should get him into range 2, range 1. I mean, he's going to... If I'm Damon right now, and I'm really... If my goal is to try to kill Poe, I need to try to get range 1 shots. You want 4 dice, rip those shields off, try to get some of those crits in. You just need, you know, you get 1 good crit to flip through. You know, maybe even something like a structural damage could be huge, or stunned pilot. Now here comes Andrews, decided to play range 1 here. Poe turning in. There's the focus. That was from optics, and there's target lock as the action. Four dice. Target lock. That's 4 hits. C-3PO will mitigate. Reinforced is 2, so 2 get through. Card. Lorik's down to 3. And here's Lorik, range 1, hit, crit. That's going to be 2 shields down on Poe. Now Poe is in a vector to get behind Lorik. Damon looking at his options. Honestly, they're pretty limited. You know, this would be a perfect opportunity if the Altatech had some type of turnaround maneuver to probably do it, but it does not exist. Damon's just going through his decision tree, seeing, you know, how he could manage to get Poe and Arc again, because he's not going to get a shot this turn, most likely. So he's 1 banking towards Poe. And we're waiting for Poe's maneuver. He just do 1. Looks like he just did a 1 forward, so just bumps. And here we go. Damon working that 180 arc. He's trying to bring it around for the following turn. Most likely, he won't be out. He won't have arc this turn, but most likely next one. So forward 3. Sets up the target lock for next turn. Here comes Lorik, bringing his arc to bear. Again, just trying to stay aggressive with Poe, and it looks like Andrews decided that he wants to disengage. He doesn't want to take any damage. And that's out of range. Lorik stepping on the gas, forward.
Just over 5 minutes left in the round. Just over 5 minutes left. Thank you.
One bank. So Damon needs to try to cut him off at the pass. We'll probably get a turn here. But honestly, Andrew could also try to, you know, dink him out by going to the right. It's kind of a 50-50 choice here. Here's Poe. 2 banking. Andrews decided to play conservative, which honestly, I get it. But at the same time, this is something that could come back and bite Andrew, having less MOV than what he could have gotten. The Empire have driven many. Alrighty. So we'll see Lorik here. Probably just kind of step on the gas. And if Poe, depending on whatever direction Poe goes this turn, will determine Andrew whether he'll continue straight or turn to the right. I would like to commend Damon for his willingness to really work and try to track this Poe down. I know, and it wouldn't be wrong for players to determine like, hey, I really don't want to play this out. But Damon is trying. It devours. I agree. I'm also super pumped to try out 5 U-Wings. I think it's going to be absolutely hilarious and super fun. All right, so we'll get engagement here. We've entered the engagement phase. 2.0 words there. And Poe, still just, he's running. This will be range 3, most likely dodged. Yep. Derek, I do agree 5 T65s for the win. I will be playing 5 X-Wings competitively, store championships and stuff like that. But 5 wings, U-Wings are just hilarious. You cannot deny the hilarity of 5 large base ships. Yeah, Poe with his boost, he's going to be able to consistently just stay ahead of Lorik. Damon needs to take, take the inside route to try to cut him off. Expertise for 2. Dodged it. Yeah, at range 3, with all the setup that Poe has, you need to do 3 damage. You need to have 3 out there in order to have a chance to do shields. All right. What do they have there? Where is the food court? It's just. I might have time to run there then. Oh, thanks, man. I didn't know there was one. Okay, cool. I'll go. Thank you so much. Awesome X-Wing community. Help me out here. Making sure I have food. Yeah, this hit crit. Yeah, Damon needed to try to take the inside track there instead of chasing from behind. I'm really surprised Andrew has not re-engaged. I know that he has full shields. He's just playing it safe. I do commend the willingness to be patient for Andrew. So Lorik continuing to pursue. So here, chat, while we're finishing out this game, what are some of the Wave 14 lists and archetypes that you're excited to play? I know, we've already been talking about we've already been talking about 5 X-Wings and 5 U-Wings. What are some other things? And also, YouTube, when you guys watch us in the future, what are some of those things that you're interested in? Go ahead and drop that in the comment box / live chat. If I'm Lorik here and I'm really trying to chase here, I'm probably... Okay, so it is end of round right now. They're shaking on it. And they are calling it. So thank you very much to our players for playing. Great game. Congratulations to Andrew. As we continue here, just want to remind you guys, today, this whole weekend is brought to you, of course, by our Twitch Prime subscribers, by our patrons, by the Gold Squadron podcast. But special thank you to Curl Paw Creatives for supporting us this weekend with some extra advertising and stuff like that. It really makes a difference, and Andrew has been doing an awesome job, just being willing to be giving and be an advertiser for most of the System Open series of streams that we've been doing. So huge thank you. You can see his 2.0 templates right here. He's working on, he actually sent me pictures of, they're not official pictures, so I'm not supposed to show them, of like the calculate tokens and focus tokens, the whole set, and they are looking awesome. So, but most importantly, I do want to say what really drives the ability to do all these things is Patreon and the Twitch Prime subscriptions. Number one is Patreon, biggest group of supporters. So if you feel so inclined, you want to get that awesome swag and support us while doing that, go to patreon.com/Gold Squadron. There are also the links on the Twitch page. If you go scroll down, if you're watching on a computer, all of those are there. Also, Twitch Prime subscriptions. Thank you to Moniker who just pressed that button. It's literally free money. So thank you to everybody who's helped out. As you heard, we're gonna have the lunch break. We'll be back in about an hour for round 4, and that's the beginning of stage 2 of the Seattle System Open. We'll be back.